I don't think it's pleasant for anyone to delve into their dark side, but we knew we were doing that from the beginning. And so the experience has been really safe, but at the same time quite scary. And if we are going to do it properly and we are going to do it justice, then it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable.
The kind of aim of the play, which is to speak about mental illness in a way that's not about self-pity, but in a way that's about strength and healing and getting better.
So it's about mental health and speaking up and falling and what you need to do to get up again, and the idea that it's a really long journey and that almost everyone on the planet goes through it and it's okay. Yeah.
I feel like the actors are bringing a lot of heart to the work because it's come from them and their stories. There's a truth to their work that I'm really, really pleased with.
I play the girl who I believe her name is Lindsay, which is also my name, and we get the sense that she's been in this hospital for a really, really long time and has not been responding to treatment and is very angry at medical staff and probably has a lot of irrational fears about doctors and medication and treatment and that sort of thing. And we also see her family who are quite concerned but are just so distraught and desperate that they don't know what to do, and that causes a lot of conflict.
Well, I'm playing a character who has narcolepsy cataplexy, and whenever he feels strong emotions, he falls over.
In the beginning, I'm a nurse, a normal everyday nurse that's just working in the hospital. And then all of a sudden I turn into this crazy, I'm going to say sensual, but it's not supposed to be sexual, but she's just a little bit out there, sort of sequin clothing and a little bit crazy. And
so it's actually been a really good confidence building exercise for me, because I've done a lot of theatre before, but I've not devised something like this or not watched that process before.
We got to a point where everyone was like, oh my God, but now everyone's getting really pepped up again because we've got the script, we've got everything ready to go, and everyone's getting excited for the season now. And to perform in Melbourne, I think, is a huge thing it's a huge thing for me, but for them as well. So.
I have like a wish list, and performing at La Mama is on it, and so tick that one off maybe in an hour or so. So that's really, really exciting, and just to get to learn how theatres like this are run is really important too.
This is our first rehearsal today in the space, and even in the course of the rehearsal, the run through the play, it's a half-hour play, the actors began by speaking very quietly and looking at the floor a lot when they were acting, but by the end of the performance they were all working up to the back.
Comes in and interrupts everybody. I think you come back to your boxes and take it off then. No, well then we have to get up again.
I have to be honest, I think everyone's feeling a bit anxious because we haven't quite had as much time to do our tech and dress rehearsal as we would have liked. So I think everyone feels a bit slightly unsettled.
Scary. Just had dress rehearsal, didn't go too well, so we're hoping that the show is a lot better.
It's been really full on. We've been missing some of the cast for some of the runs, and so it's made it really difficult for everybody.
Feeling really relaxed actually. We've done all we can do, and now it's just time to hone in and focus and enjoy the experience.
Just doing Mrs. Makeup.
No comment.
No matter what, we're going to get out there and we're going to entertain, so it'll be great.
I was watching the water as it ran over my hands and noticing how some of the droplets ran smoothly.
Oh, will you keep on falling till you reach the ground?
It was fantastic. It's the best it's ever been, my God.
I was really just half not there, but that was awesome. It's my first time as a singer singing for an audience, in a production. I just would love to do it again. It was great, and I think that's my place in life to sing, so.
The falling scene was beautiful tonight. From this show, it will grow. There's still more work to do, really, but we've found what the piece is, I think.
Don't think she should try to get out. Just setting her up for failure. You okay?
Second night's always tough because you've got through the first show and so you relax.
It does make it hard when you have to change on the second night what you've done in the first night.
Yeah.
I feel like was speaking tonight.
When he suddenly fell into strife.
The more I feel uncomfortable with what I've done, the better it is.
Yeah, really happy. Still more things we can keep working on, but it's great.
But I feel heavy.
It was a bit more emotional for me, I guess, which is what acting is about. So I guess it was better.
Coming from a small theatre in Melbourne to having this big, huge open space in Ballarat, we found that we had to work more on timing, how long it took us to do different things and the spacings.
It was more intense in Carlton because it was smaller and it was just more intense. This seems to be more funny.
It's been a great experience to see it get to a point where we do know it that well that we can perform it anywhere.
Tonight was ridiculously amazing. I think on a personal level, I just let myself loose and played around a little bit more with my character, which was heaps of fun.
It's over, so that's a bit weird to say after all the shows and all the rehearsals. And
I found the writing process challenging. The thing of trying to include the words of the actors as much as possible and still turning it into a piece of theatre that had some coherence was difficult.
Working with other people as well, especially because we have such a broad range of people to work with and everyone learns differently.
Speaking lines that other people in the group have written and making sure that you do them justice, because that's actually words out of someone's mouth, that's their story.
There's sort of discipline and hard work that goes along with the fun of performing has been there. I think that's an important building block for confidence.
Learnt lots about working in a group and understanding how other people work and so accommodating for that and getting through those tough times, but also knowing that we've put on a really great show and it's the group effort that's done that.
Wow, I can't believe I did that and I succeeded and I did really well, so yeah.
I will actively campaign for more projects like this.
Yeah, I'd love to do more like this. Yeah.
I got to a really bad point during this process and learnt that I can pick myself up even when I got to the worst I've been mentally in quite a few years.
It's encouraged me to speak out or to, not hold back quite so much. Get in there and do things.
But with art, there's no win or lose, and there's always something to gain from it, and you learn so much about the world that you live in and your friends and yourself, and I just don't think there's a better way to do it.
Come on, let's fly.